Look at what China's doing.
This is definitely another friendly reminder of why I'm glad to live in a country that doesn't try to control literally every aspect of your life like China does.
China!
Apparently, China is going to completely ban Fortnite and PUBG. Yep, that's it. Completely banned. No one can play the games anymore. Now, some of you may think China's out here doing God's work. You know, they're banning the plague of pure cringe known as Fortnite. And some may argue, well, PUBG's already kind of dead, so who the hell cares at this point? But in all honesty, man, this entire situation absolutely sucks for the people living in China who actually enjoy and play these games. I mean, it's absolutely crazy, especially as someone who lives in the US, for me, personally, to think like just overnight the government could say, hey, guess what, we deem this game not worthy of you playing, therefore it's banned. It doesn't matter how much you enjoy it, doesn't matter how much money you've spent on it, and it doesn't matter how much time you put into it. We don't feel like you should be playing this game, so guess what, you're not going to. The game is banned, and if you don't like it, well, tough shit, you can't do anything about it. I mean, that's absolutely crazy to me, and overall it just shows you what a shitty situation this entire thing is for the people living in China. So according to an article from Gear Nuke titled China bans two of the most popular games, Fortnite and PUBG, along with a bunch of others. The article says, China recently decided to implement strict regulations for video games that are currently playable in its market, and the result is that Fortnite and PUBG are allegedly in line to get banned. As spotted on Reddit, the following 20 major games were reviewed by China's ethics board as they wanted to see if the games met their censorship requirements in China. As a result, almost every Battle Royale game is going to be banned in China, while the rest of the games will have to make some changes in order to be legally allowed in China. So if we actually take a look at these list of games, I mean, the reasons for either why they need to be fixed or why they're being banned is a complete joke, especially if you're somebody in the US like myself or like the UK or Europe or anywhere else, you know, where our government's very relaxed on what we can actually do, and they're not a bunch of assholes who say, hey, guess what? No violence for you, no nudity for you. It's a Puritan society. You know, it's something we kind of take for granted, but looking at these reasons for these games, it's absolutely crazy. So the first list of games here are the games that aren't necessarily banned as of right now, but they require changes in order to be considered legal in China. So I'm not going to go through the full list, but let's go ahead and pick some highlights here. So first up, League of Legends. That's a huge game over here and in Asia, I know that. So let's see why. Why is it being recommended for corrective action, as it says? Well, the game has overly revealing female characters. Can't have those, you know, virtual boobs. You know, that's just awful. No one can see that. Then, rewards given based on rank. God forbid you do better and you receive more rewards. I know that's that fucking communist mentality. Well, makes sense. The Communist Party rules China. And then, this is the funniest one to me, honestly. Inharmonious chat. Out of all the words, they use inharmonious. I mean, I kind of respect that. Some great vocabulary on their part. But that basically means, you know, if you have text chat, voice chat, and people can say whatever they want, it's considered inharmonious. That is completely fucked up. So basically, that's why League of Legends is being recommended for corrective action, and if they don't take those measures, the game will be banned in China. Another one of note is Overwatch. Game visuals promote incorrect values. Now, my guess behind this is the fact that Mei is in this game, and she's a fat Chinese woman, and I know the Chinese frown upon obesity. So that's probably the reason why that promotes incorrect values, and also the homosexuality shit, too. They don't like that over there. And then also, inharmonious chat room again. Can't have people expressing themselves while playing video games. Next up is Diablo. Inharmonious chat and game missions include fraud. Now, I have no idea how game missions include fraud, but I really don't have any fucking clue. But whatever, Diablo is right now recommended for corrective action, so let's see how Diablo Immortal fares, because that is the market that they are targeting. I mean, don't you guys have phones, right? But anyway, moving on. Next is World of Warcraft. Overly revealing female characters. No virtual boobs for you, Chinese boys. And also inharmonious chat rooms. So then there's a bunch of other Chinese games that most people have never heard of, so I'm not going to really mention them. So now we're going to move on to the games that have been recommended to be completely banned altogether. First on the list, PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds for blood and gore. I mean, that's just such an awful thing to have in a video game, and it's definitely a good thing that they're banning this. I mean, let's be honest here. So that game, as you can see, it says prohibited/withdraw, so that means that game is out of there. It is banned, basically, on the recommendation of China China's ethics board. Next is Fortnite for blood and gore and vulgar content. I'm guessing that vulgar content are those cringy ass dances and emotes, but hey, who the hell knows? I mean, I don't know China's standards for vulgar content. Next is H1Z1 for blood and gore and vulgar content, same thing as Fortnite. Ring of Elysium, blood and gore vulgar content, same thing as Fortnite and H1Z1. Paladin, overly revealing female characters, blood and gore and vulgar content, and the rest are games I've never personally heard of. I mean, this is honestly just crazy to think about, and it shows you how easily a government with literally unlimited power, for any reason, can take away or ban games completely at any given moment. It also applies to movies, TV shows, and entire websites, like Twitter, for instance, which is completely banned in China. Hell, the president of China even banned the letter N. Yes, the fucking letter N was completely banned for over a day. And then, of course, we can't forget how he banned Winnie the Pooh because he was up in his feelings over a meme posted online, making fun of him and Obama, comparing him to Winnie the Pooh and Obama to the Tigger. I mean, you can't make this shit up. I mean, did I forget to mention? I'm glad I live in the US where this type of stuff doesn't happen, and you know the president can't ban a letter of the fucking alphabet with the snap of a finger, not to mention the games you enjoy playing or entire websites altogether. Basically, what happens here is the Chinese government gets to decide at any given moment what they think is best for their citizens and what they feel like is in the people's so-called best interest, while at the same time people are completely powerless to do anything against it and have absolutely no say in the matter whatsoever. They have so much regulatory power that they can literally do anything they want whenever they want and take away whatever they want, and no one dares to stand up against it. That's why I'm very, very, very cautious in trying to get the government involved in any way when it comes to the video game industry. It starts off as the claim that they're trying to protect our interests or they're trying to protect the children, and when they get that little bit of oversight or regulatory power, they keep reaching in more and more and more until it gets to the point where China is at right now, and you're not allowed to do anything unless the government approves it first, and they can ban anything for any reason on a whim. It doesn't matter what people think about it. They have the authority to do it. I mean, take this whole loot box situation, for example, with people asking for more and more government regulation because they believe it's a form of gambling and that it's dangerous to kids and it should be banned completely from the gaming industry. You're opening the door to the government regulating those loot boxes, and with what started as good intentions can quickly turn around and bite you in the ass. Let's say the government gives itself the right to regulate video games under the pretense that it is protecting children from the dangers of certain aspects found in the video game industry, such as loot boxes which promote childhood gambling. Okay, let's just say that's the reason why they give themselves this power. Well, by the same authority, they could also all of a sudden ban all violent video games for whatever reason, because they feel it's a risk to developing children, and they think in their minds that it will in turn make children more violent. Guess what? That's not the reason why you ask them to regulate, but they have the authority to do it now, and you're basically in a position where you can't do anything about it, because what are you going to do? Are you going to start a revolution over fucking video games? No, let's face it, it's just going to be the reality that we are forced to live with. And this is why I'm very, very hesitant when it comes to getting the government involved, regardless of how much I hate loot boxes and gaming. I mean, I'm just at the point now where either I don't buy the game if they have extremely invasive loot boxes, or I just buy the game and I don't touch microtransactions or even DLC whatsoever. I mean, that's just kind of a choice that I've made as a person to not promote that type of bullshit in the industry. But today it's loot boxes, but tomorrow it could be bullshit like inharmonious chat. Let's say that a government who's in charge wants to ban a game because within the game's voice chat, people are saying hate speech and the developer can't monitor and control people's speech effectively, so the government's like, we can't allow this to happen. We're going to ban this game entirely. We can't have people saying these things online. And guess what? We're basically in the same position that China's in right now. I definitely don't want that. As a grown adult, I think I can make decisions for myself over what I can and cannot experience for myself. It's just something you should think about before asking the government to get involved and encouraging this ban of loot boxes. I think we should take a lesson, honestly, from the autistic screecher Patrick Soderlund and his words of wisdom he shared with the Battlefield community, which I think perfectly applies to this whole microtransaction bullshit. Well, you have two choices. Either accept it or don't buy the game. And honestly, I think that's the best way to handle shit like this. If you don't like microtransactions in games, don't buy them or don't buy the game themselves. Once the profits start going down, these companies will wake the fuck up. If nobody is buying their shit, they will step happened to lie. And that, my friends, is the beauty of capitalism. We've seen this work with EA recently, and also with games like Shadow of War. Personally, I much prefer that over some old man in the government telling me that I can't play a game for any reason they pull out of their ass that morning. But anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts on this entire thing. As always, I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Also, in case I don't upload another video, I am going to be on a cruise from the 16th to the 26th. So, of course, I will not have internet access, which means I will not be able to upload videos, but I do have a video scheduled that will probably release around the 20th, 21st, or 22nd. I haven't decided on the exact date yet, but that will be going up. It is demonetized because it's a Battlefield 5 fanboy comment video, and those typically get demonetized because I don't censor myself in those videos. So it should be very interesting, and definitely keep an eye out on that. But that will be releasing when I'm on the cruise, so there will be content. It won't just be like a 2-week dry period. But right now I'm in the middle of finals, and I really had to break away to make this video because I kind of feel guilty not uploading frequently. So yeah, if there's not another video, that's why. I'm in the middle of finals right now, and then I'm immediately driving down to Florida for my school, which is about, I think, 13 hours. So I'm not gonna have time to do anything else once I'm done. And then on the 16th that morning, I'm getting on the boat, and then I don't have internet connection until the 26th. So if there's no videos, that's why. There is going to be one, so keep an eye out for that. But yeah, I just wanted to make that clear so you guys don't think I'm being lazy or whatever the fuck. But anyway, guys, if you don't watch the other video, I hope you guys have a very Merry Christmas if you are celebrating. And yeah, I'll see you guys on the 26th. I'll try to get a video uploaded as soon as possible once I get back. But anyway, guys, I want to thank you all again so much for watching, and I will catch you guys next time.